Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Jacob Gonzalez. This is my senior capstone proposal project entitled The Working Relations of a Company. So this is a quick overview of myself. Again, I'm Jacob Gonzalez. I am a four-year student at the University of Hawaii, West Oahu. I've been here since I was a freshman back in 2019, and I graduated from James Campbell High School in Eva Beach. I am currently studying to receive my Bachelor's of Creative Media with a concentration in general creative media, as my plan is to become a filmmaker after college. And this bit of information, or the last bullet point, is some very important information as it pertains to my entire project and what I plan to do next semester when I do my capstone senior project. So this is a quick executive summary about what we're going to be covering in my presentation. So first, we will be going over my plans for the senior project, go over my thesis and how it relates to my capstone and final project, an objective rationale on the research I've conducted throughout this entire pre-capstone process, and address the significance of my project or practicum with what it means to, or what it means in a broader spectrum overall. So my senior capstone plan at the end of the semester is I plan to present my project in the form of a docuseries. As I mentioned previously, I do want to become a filmmaker. So this project, doing it in a docuseries format, is a way for me to incorporate what I want to do, but also present the information that I've researched during this pre-capstone process for everyone to see. Doing this project, I'll probably do it into various separate episodes rather than doing one giant episode, because I want everyone to be engaged. I want everyone to see the information coming across while also getting to the point quickly and effectively. So my thesis statement is, sorry, every worker has their own individual traits that could greatly improve a business even further. And just like relationships with your family members and friends, they are extremely crucial to sustaining a circle of common mentality, with a common mentality that is positively perpetuated by owners, managers, or people in leadership down to their employees in the workplace. It keeps everyone happy and interested in continuing their service to the company, which is the end goal to any successful working environment. Sorry. I kind of. I'm so sorry. Okay. So my objective and rationale for the research conducted. The objective of my project is to give insight into how healthy behaviors create healthier workspaces over time, from leadership down to the employees. But I also want to point out what it means to have negative workspace behaviors and how they affect the outcome and business of the workplace. This docuseries project that I want to do for my final project next semester will encapsulate the research into a creative media to present to my audience. The interviews that I hope that I will do for this project is a huge piece, or they are huge pieces, as they are first, or they give insight into firsthand experiences about how employees and their leaders interact on a daily basis. It is all a matter of getting the interview set up, knowing what questions to ask, and making sure that the best information is being presented for the audience. So we will be going over the significance. So significance number one, like I mentioned previously, I will be showing the positive sides of the working environment and how it reinforces the idea of how positive attitudes help the company run better and more effectively. And its future implications, when better attitudes and behaviors are reinforced in the workplace, not only do they make a positive environment to be around, but it helps tremendously in embracing new ideas that could help nurture a more collaborative space and give way for personal growth. Significance number two, there will also be some touching upon on the negative aspects of the workplace and how they affect the workplace in a way that does not benefit anyone or the business itself. Taking a look at how negativity affects the workplace, some things that could be taken into thought are microaggressions, demoralization, humiliation, racism, and LGBTQIA discrimination. And these problems can cause employees to feel unmotivated with their work. So this is a small data point that I included to show how lack of communication promotes, much more stress, project failure, low morale, and low performance goals, and loss of interest in the workplace. As we can see, 52% of workers indicated added, sorry, indicated added stress because of poor communication. 44% noted that poor communication can slow or fail project completion. 31% of workers indicated low morale. 25% said that performance goals were missed, and 18% said communication, or that ineffective communication can result in loss of sales. Lack of communication ranges from not answering emails to a lack of congruence in managers' conceptualizations. So for my target audience, my main audience is for anyone who works in close proximity to one another and how they build or not build professional relationships. So like leaders like CEOs, managers, and even just your everyday employees are who I'm trying to target in this project. So for my proposed solution, I have mentioned that I do plan on doing a docu-series project with multiple episodes. My senior project aims to be a conversation starter for employees and leaders to look at what is around them and see what can be done to improve their environments so that they can benefit themselves and the company in the long run. I don't expect any immediate impact to be done. And like I said, I just right now it's just a conversation starter. Um, because you can't really expect anything to be done right off the bat. It takes time to build trust. It takes time to build a positive working relationship when you don't know anybody at first. But as time progresses, you slowly start to see companies start to rise or fall based on the relationships that they build, based on their company um, fundamentals. So my preparation process for this project is during the pre-production process. I would have to secure interviews for the project, come up with appropriate interview questions, and have a variety of thematic questions for the interviews, so that my episodes or projects can have a variety of answers, but also give a variety of insight into how this project or how the research is done. For the actual production part of it, for each interview, of course, I would have to dress appropriately, be respectful and patient with the interviewees, and make sure that the interviewees don't feel uncomfortable with any of the questions that I may ask them. And during the post production part, make sure that the most valuable and information and that the best information is being presented, connect the interviews and information that I collected so that each episode runs smoothly and do not have any important information or context left out. And these are just a few examples of how I would have my interviews set up. Um, if you've ever seen those 60-minute interviews or those professional interviews that they have on ABC News, those are how I plan to conduct the interviews somewhat. But if you've also seen documentaries like Blackfish, where they have the subject in front of the camera talking to the audience, that is also where I'm taking my inspiration from. And with these last two photos, these are two examples of how I plan to set up my interviews, with the subject in front of the camera while I'm asking the questions from behind the camera. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. I am open to any questions.